Hello everyone and welcome to Ash's Whiskey Wars. In today's video, this is going to be my bourbon of the year 2024. Now, just before people comment down below, I am well aware we have a single malt whiskey and also a rye whiskey, so it's not particularly a bourbon of 2024 and more so an American whiskey of 2024. But bourbon sounds better, so I've gone for bourbon. This is how the infinity bottle is going for my bourbon whiskies, bourbon and ryes. We're only just over half full on that Angel's Envy bottle. But a quick run through on the bourbons that I have bought this year. We have the Angel's Envy, bottled at 43%, and this whiskey is finished in port wine barrels. That and the beauty of the bottle is what convinced me to buy it at the start of 2024. Next up we have the Elijah Craig Small Batch, bottled at 47% ABV. And this is a really good whiskey, one that I've wanted for quite some time. Next up we have a new purchase, and this is the Sazerac Rye Whiskey. I've always wanted this whiskey, just never really gone for it, found it at a great price, and let me just say, I should have bought it earlier. It's really good. Then we have the Bulleit 10-year-old. Again, a good price on this whiskey, which is why I went for it. And I really wanted to try a 10-year-old whiskey, a 10-year-old bourbon, especially after having this 10-year-old bourbon, which is the Eagle Rare by Buffalo Trace. Sazerac's also by Buffalo Trace. And I love Buffalo Trace. So that was an easy buy as well. And then probably the most recommended whiskey of the lot was the Jack Daniel's Single Barrel. So I've picked that one up this year as well. And something that I always wanted to do was to have a peated bourbon. Well, I didn't quite manage that, but I did get the next best thing. I got an American single malt, which this is a first for me. I don't own one of those, and I always wanted to try one. And it's also based in Seattle. So a completely different environment than Kentucky and Tennessee and Texas. So something that I really wanted to try for a couple of different reasons. And also, it's heavily peated. So actually 3 reasons as to why I picked this whiskey up. Do make sure you are subscribed to the channel, guys, because the neck pour for the Westland Distillery Peated Single Malt and the Sazerac Rye are filmed and they're coming soon. And these are all whiskies that I've reviewed this year in 2024. And I do this each year, and therefore no winner is ever the same. Now, if you've seen my other award videos or Whiskey of the Year videos this year, you know that I like to simple it down, narrow it down to about 3 bottles, talk about them, and then reveal my winner. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm actually going to not include the Angel's Envy because it's very expensive, and I would have liked more port wine influence into the whiskey than what I got. Even though it's a good whiskey, it's not the best whiskey of 2024, and its price is about £55 in the UK. So, a couple of reasons really that does not make the cut. I think next up, the Jack Daniel's Single Barrel. I get the famed banana and chocolate loaf note in this whiskey, and I have to be honest, I love that note. They have knocked it out of the park with that note. It really does add something unique to the whiskey, and I love it for that. But I didn't love this whiskey, and it's purely down to that acetone nail varnish note, wood varnish. Didn't like it for that reason. So that's not included. And then I think finally, I'm going to remove the Bulleit 10-year-old. I think it's good. I like it. But it doesn't really compete with these ones. These are the big hitters. And actually, finally, guys, I'm going to remove another whiskey. And that's the one from Seattle. That's the American Single Malt, and that's the heavily peated one. Like I say, guys, if you haven't clicked the subscribe button down below, you really do want to when this goes live, because this is a wow, what's going on there whiskey. it really did surprise me completely. And I am really excited to share that review with you guys soon. But not my whiskey of the year. I've actually narrowed it down, guys, to 3 whiskies. Now, the Eagle Rare 10 is priced at £36 in the UK, although you do regularly see it on offer for £30. Now, I believe in America there's a accessibility issue with this whiskey. It's always sold out. In the UK, luckily, that's not the case. It's accessible everywhere. Hate to rub that in, but that makes me happy because it's beautiful. Not complex, but truly an amazing relaxed sipper. Then we have the new kid on the block, which it's not new, it's new for me because I've just bought it. But I was not expecting this whiskey to taste like it does. It tastes, I can get a lot of the Buffalo Trace in this whiskey. That syrupy maple syrup, comforting sweet smell and taste, with a few rye pieces here and there. Not as aggressive as other ryes that I have, but I'm really genuinely impressed with this whiskey. It's not going to last long. I am going to drink it, but it could be a little touch too sweet for me. And then we have the Elijah Craig, and it took a while for me to get into this whiskey because it's got quite a chili heat. I get a chili pepper on there, and it does warm my throat. It does give me heat, which not many whiskies do give me heat, but this one does. So it's clearly a chili pepper on there, and there is an oak spice there. I've done a whiskey war of these two together, and I do change my favourites here and there. I like both of them a lot. But the price of this whiskey, it's £42 in the UK, which excludes it for me. Only just. Really do enjoy it. So guys, you probably can tell what my bourbon of 2024 is. It's the Eagle Rare 10. What a whiskey this is. I mean, it's not going to blow your mind. It's not going to give you so much complexity that you're just going to sit down, drink it for half an hour and just think about the whiskey. No. This is a whiskey, though, that, as you can see, I just reach for this whiskey all the time. Just constantly reaching for it. This is a true daily whiskey. It gives me such good quality in my notes. I love the sweetness. It's got this fudge characteristic, a touch of leather, a touch of milk chocolate too, but with that orange and maple syrup. No ethanol kick as well. I adore this whiskey and I love its price point. To pick this up for £30 whenever I want, yeah, this makes me happy. So clearly, guys, this is my favourite whiskey of the year. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to buy a lot of bourbons next year to try and top this. Okay, guys, that's going to do the video for today. This is my bourbon of 2024, the Eagle Rare 10-year-old. Do let me know in the comments down below, guys, if you agree or disagree with that. And please let me know your bourbon of the year as well. I do enjoy reading your favourites. If you would like to support the channel, I have a Patreon account and a PayPal account linked down below where all proceeds go straight towards buying new whiskey to film reviews for you guys. If you did enjoy the video, please like the video, share the video, but most importantly, please do hit that subscribe button down below. That really does help the channel. And also, there's some exciting content coming on the channel, so do make sure you're subscribed. I hope you're all happy, healthy. I hope you've all treated yourself really nice to a nice whiskey. Or maybe you've opened up a nice whiskey as a gift. But most importantly, this is what Christmas is all about. I hope you're spending it with friends and family and people that you really care about. Merry Christmas, everyone, and I hope to see you all for the next Whiskey War.